What I wanted to point out here is that we have this path that cuts through the arbor, gives us a sight line over to the next level of our yard. That arbor provides us with a doorway to get there, but it also provides the plumbago, a phenomenal growing opportunity. But now, let's come back to the path. And we see that we have something else here. Well, that something else is what I call an alcove. Why is it here? It provides drainage, for one, because this way the water has another area to escape, but it provides two levels and some separation for our layering so that everything isn't just smashed in together. And it also provides us with another growing opportunity back there should we find just the right element that would be happy. Let's look at the other side of this path here, and we'll see that it has a complementary alcove on this side, although this side has already been much more developed. We have real cluster growth here, and the many things that are alive in this grouping are overwhelmed at the moment by the flamboyant plumbago. But soon there'll be several other things, including allamanda and some beautiful mature myrtles that will be blossoming in this space. But for the moment, just want to point out the fact that this is just a little bump out, a little alcove off from the path. It doesn't have to be huge. Just the smallest of indentations allows you to develop other layers. This is an extremely small space. And then out the back door. Let's discuss some of the issues with erosion and with this path. As you know, one of my big messages is that Mother Nature is messy. If you are a person that requires meticulous, sculpted landscaping, you would be absolutely miserable in this yard because here we like to let Mother Nature set the tone. This scraggly grass is just developing in here. I've been letting it go, not through laziness, but because I want it to get established. It's soft, it's very lightweight, and it's complementary to this stonework. Now, here's a type of grass that I don't really want to see, so I'll deal with that. But this soft grass in here, I find really beautiful and would love to see it fill in. Now, here's an example of just some natural erosion. This is not anything to be fault about. It just is the way things go with Mother Nature, that erosion. Well, that's the kind of place that I could throw in the slightest bit of dirt and have some of this grass take hold in there and soften those edges right up so that it's not a toe stubber, but a soft landing if you go through here barefoot. Here, I'm using a lot of these elements because it's a small little pathway and it's just developing. So let's toss some stuff at the wall, toss some things in the garden, and see who likes it here, who's going to respond to it. In the meantime, this pathway, when I go through and clear it, is a cute little pass through, sort of a ad hoc rock garden. I can't emphasize enough that all of this really started when this queen palm got anchored in. Once it got in place, it provided enough shade for the plumbago. It provided some much needed variegated shade here for the copper plant.